It's a little bit of work, but it's enjoyable. It's one of those relaxing, mundane things. I mean, I'm getting a workout out here, pulling that heavy construction rake. I don't know, there's something very satisfying about haying your own land by hand. I've been rather surprised how enjoyable it is. I came out here with our Cub Cadet 100 or something like that and string trimmed all this. It took me over an hour, quarter acre that I've done. So that took me a little over an hour. So far this has taken me, 15, 20 minutes. And I'm almost half done. I really wanted to get into haying equipment this year, but that was gonna run me minimum of $2,000 for a hay baler. Then you need a conditioning mower or a batwing mower or a sickle mower. The cheapest I was gonna find one of those working was about $1,000, so now we're up to $3,000. Then you need a hay rake. All that said and done would have cost me probably $4,000 to $5,000 to get into this year, and that was just not an option for us. We've had so many other expenses this year, and we really need to watch carefully what we're spending our money on. And so this has kind of gotten a little out of hand. So we haven't had the herbivore pressure on this that needed to be on it this year to keep this mowed down. You can definitely tell back there where the drainage, the leach field is. I've got quite a few more windrows to rake here, but it is kind of just nice and relaxing to be out here. It's cooled off, there's a nice breeze going. The sun's just about gone down. So I'm facing the sunset as I'm raking the hay with a nice cool breeze on me. I've been outside all day, so this is just very refreshing. These are the types of jobs that I remember doing as a kid, just kind of droll, mundane, rote over and over the same thing. Takes a lot of time, but it gives you a chance to think, and that's something I really appreciate being able to do. And I could be out here listening to an audiobook, listening to some music or something, but instead I'm spending my time thinking about what needs to happen next on the farm. So I found a renewed determination and drive to do everything possible that we can. I don't think last year I would have done this. I don't think last year I would have been up to it, nor would I have wanted to. And even though I'm dead tired today because I was out in the sun all day, outdoors, I was actually doing something with the kids today. We went fishing, and standing outside in that heat, although I'm very tired today, I feel a renewed vigor and determination to get stuff done, to do everything possible, to work. And the reason being, without going into a lot of detail, is a couple of weeks ago, maybe a few weeks ago at this point, I'm not exactly sure when it happened. Like I said, it's personal and I'm not going to go into any details, but I had a little bit of a scare, and it really got me thinking. If I live 80 years, I'm almost halfway there. I've got, what, another 20, 30 good years? Like, I'm talking able to get out and work hard, work long hours. If I'm working till I'm 55, 60, this hard, what a blessing that would be. Maybe it'll happen. I just decided I'm not done with life, and I want to get more out of life. So here I am, seizing the day, getting stuff done, haying by hand, manually, with a string trimmer, a rake, and no way to bale it. But people did loose hay back in the day. Why not now? Life is short. We don't know how much time we've got, so we got to make the best use of the time that we do have, and that's every second, every day. Get stuff done. I'm not saying don't relax, don't enjoy time with your family and friends, but when there's work to do, if you don't do it, if I don't do it, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. I'm going to work with the day that I do have, the time that I do have, and that's right now. Welcome back for day 2 of the hay cutting, raking, pitching process. We were just out here earlier and we put all of the hay into piles, as you can see there behind me. So we've got stacks of hay everywhere out here. We took all the windrows, just raked them or pitched them into bigger piles. We're going to take a trailer here now, pile all the loose hay up on it, and then we're going to pitch this into one of our buildings to keep it dry. We've got rain coming. Right now it is extremely humid. I think this is probably one of the most humid days I've ever felt. I think it's around 80 degrees. It probably feels like it's 100 out here. It's like drowning in air. We're out here to move some Dominiques. This is our newest egg layers, dual purpose, so egg/meat, but we're going to be using them for eggs. They are a very self-sufficient bird, so they can go around independently finding and foraging for food for themselves. I'm really excited about this breed. We're going to get these guys moved out of the chicken tractor that they were in, so I've transferred them to this cage, and we're going to move them out to the mobile chicken mansion out in the pasture. They're large enough now that I believe we can move them out there without any major consequences. The other birds will probably, go through the whole pecking order thing, but then they'll merge with the rest of them, and I think they'll do great out there. They're still juveniles at this point, so they're nowhere near ready to lay eggs. I mean, we're probably at least 4 weeks out. We want to go ahead and get them introduced into the rest of the egg laying flock, and then slowly start phasing out some of the others out there, like the big red broilers, the Bielefelders, who are not laying great anymore. The big red broilers, they're just getting a little old for a meat bird to be using as an egg layer. So we'll probably move them up here with the rest of the big red broiler flock that we're using to lay eggs for us so that we can hatch them for next year and raise some of our own meat birds. That's about it. We're going to get these guys out to the mobile chicken mansion and get them introduced. We introduce these guys at night so that when everybody's peaceful and calm, and then they're going to wake up and everybody's just going to be together. It's going to be magical. So hopefully no major problems. I don't expect any. All of our chicken breeds out there are very gentle, nice, docile birds. They get along great together, so I think this is going to go just fine. Anyway, let's get out there and get this done because it's starting to get dark. We want to do this just as you can see the sky there, so there's still a little bit of light coming from the west where the sun set, but it's not going to be too much longer and we're going to be very dark out here. So let's get these guys down to the mobile chicken mansion and see how that goes. We must have rain coming in here. Well, yeah, we do. We got rain coming through the roof. Look at that. All right, well, that's good to know, I guess. Oh, where's that coming from? There's rain over here, water over here. It's coming right through that door. Dang it. Here's our mountain of hay that we harvested. All right, so for reference, that board right there, it goes right along there, that's about 6 feet tall. So we have 4.5, 5 feet of hay. Yeah, let's say 4.5 feet of hay stacked up here at the peak. But we got more water there. Oh, who knows where all this water is. I guess I'm gonna have to figure out how to store this hay in here properly so that we don't get water coming in on our hay, raining on our hay, because that's not good. We don't want that. Man, I thought this was gonna be a good spot for it. Now I'm kind of rethinking that, but we've got maybe about, I don't know. It's really hard. At least 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, about a month worth of hay. Anywhere from half a month to a month worth of hay right here. And so my thought was, if we're gonna house the sheep in here this winter, my thought was what we're gonna need to do is maybe put pallets down with this water coming in, but just regardless, one way or the other, just pile hay as high up as we can, just all the way up. Pile hay up in here in this stall, and then we can use these other 2 stalls here for the sheep. So this would be really great. We could create little jugs here if we have any sheep that are lambing in winter. We could put a couple of jugs in here, and we could, this is where we had one of our lambs born early this spring, late winter, early spring, something like that. One of them was born right in here. If we're storing all the hay over here, and we've got lambs and sheep in here, or in this stall, that's gonna work out really well, because then their feed is over here. I can put a little taller gate right there so they can't jump that. I could put another board, another panel here, right along here, so that they can't jump that. And then I think we'd really be set up nicely. We can have some of the sheep in here, some of the sheep in here, and hay, all their feed and any minerals. We can have bags of minerals stacked over here. I could even put shelves up somewhere, and that would work out awesome, I think. This is gonna be a much better building for the sheep than the barn. The barn was fine, but I think this will work out a lot better. The only thing that I'm not sure about is getting water in here to them. So we got a lot done today. We got this pile of hay that was already in windrows stacked into hay stacks, and then loaded on a trailer, and then offloaded from the trailer, and then stacked up in here. So that took a good amount of time. Drew, farmhand, temporary farmhand, I don't know what to call him, helping me out a lot, very instrumental in getting some things going here on the farm. He has been doing odd jobs here and there for me, and what he did today was he put down a bunch of hay in our pumpkin patch to kind of help keep down the weeds. So the pumpkins are looking great. I should say the pumpkin plants are looking great. They haven't started forming any pumpkins yet, but they still need to get growing a little more, and then we'll see how they do. These are the Cherokee tan pumpkins. We've also got the chickens moved. We got chicken tractors moved down to the south pasture where all the hay had just been cut and then pulled off the pasture after it dried. So that's great. That's done down there. We got 3 chicken tractors moved down there, and I'm gonna get a 4th one moved down there tomorrow. That's the one that we just took the Dominiques out of. And then, as soon as this rain lets up a little bit, and we're past the risk of flooding, which we are actually in a flood watch right now, what's gonna end up happening is we are going to move all of our Cornish cross that are currently in the garage and they're currently they're currently having a really hard time getting enough feed to the chickens in there. So we're gonna get them out of there into the chicken tractors, which are all now fixed up with waterers and will soon be fixed up with feeders, so that we can go in there, feed them twice a day, and they'll have plenty of food. We really got set up today so that I feel like we can get a lot of work done, just me and Mrs. Freewarden. I think that I can get the chicken shelter built, plus I'll be able to get the Cornish cross out to the pasture. I don't know if we'll do that tomorrow for sure, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how everything works out. But I'm super excited. We've got hay. We're gonna stockpile some more as we can. We gotta wait for this rain to clear up and the ground to dry out a little bit, and then I'll get out there hopefully before the plants suck up too much moisture, because this stuff dried out really fast. Like within hours it was dry. So that's awesome. All right, now, thank you all for joining us. Stay safe, hug somebody, God bless you. Everything's gonna be okay. Peace.